Hi, boys and girls. Okay, today we're going to be inspired by our dreams. Either dreams of that you've had when you were asleep, or maybe dreams of things you hope to do in your lifetime. Okay, this book that we probably just listened to, hopefully we got to just listen to this one, is about a young lady, and she came over from Mexico when she was young and had a baby, and she talks about her adventures and her experience as it happened, and she discovered her happiest memory is that she discovered the library and all the possibilities that opened up. But she talks about a lot of the fearful, scary things that happened to her, and so it's really, really cool. I like this because in our dreams, let's say we're actually asleep and dreaming, anything's possible. So the same thing kind of goes for when you're reading a book. Anything is possible, anything you can imagine. So think you can be surreal. It could be something that's happening that's not realistic, where we know that fish swimming through the air isn't realistic, but you could do something like that. Or this one, like maybe this is, he dreams, I think, about being able to fly, which is, a lot of people have that. So he falls asleep and has a nap, and he gets up here and he flies around with the birds, which could be kind of a fun thing to do. And look at all the beautiful colors. So they incorporated the colors. They almost remind you of butterflies, but they're birds and clouds. And of course, in any good story, something terrible happens, right? And then the solution to the problem. So you can have a problem solution. Now, if you're only doing one picture, you got to think about how you can incorporate everything into that one picture. So, you know, maybe you don't want to have this happening. Maybe it just wants to be the happy part of the dream where you're just flying around. Okay, so your first job is to get your piece of paper and brainstorm. So you're gonna just write about your dream. So my dream, what's a dream that you've had, or a dream of your future, like something that you hope to get to do in the future. Okay, I was thinking back. Okay, so most of the ones I can remember, they were things that weren't good. So I was thinking, well, you know, I remember having this terrible nightmare all the time of I would be standing there, and I had a combination lock like this. So I don't know if it looked exactly like this, but I remember it having. I was always worried in the dream. I couldn't remember my combination to my lock. So, you know, maybe my dream is going to be about something to do with this combination lock on a locker. We'll pretend like this is my locker. And, you know, and you don't have to, you can sketch it out, or you can write, when my dream was about when I couldn't remember my locker combination, and I didn't want to be late for class, but I couldn't remember it, right? And so that's a fairly common one that kids have, where like I couldn't remember where my room was in my school, where I was supposed to go. That's a pretty stressful one too. Or you can think of a happy dream. Maybe I want to write that I dreamed that I could go on a vacation to Hawaii or something, and then I would probably have to think about how can I put myself maybe in Hawaii, and maybe I draw a map of Hawaii, or maybe I draw something that I imagine that is in Hawaii, right? So do kind of a plan. It can be a sketchy plan, it can be words, whatever it is. Don't forget to include your name and class code, because we're going to use these to create our art next week. Okay, so you need a plan. We're going to be using more than one medium for this, so it's not just going to be a drawing. We're going to be doing some painted paper. So you can see on this one, like, there's just so much beautiful color in this. Look, she definitely did some watercolor painting. She did photographs, I think, of rocky ground. So we're going to do some painted paper. We're going to be doing some parts of it will be cut out shapes. So be thinking like maybe I could go through a magazine and find one of these to cut out. Okay, so we're going to do some cutout shapes, some painted paper, and some drawing, and then put them all together to create some art inspired by our dreams.